Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time we ended up stopping a group of Chaos Renegades from opening more portals to the warp and managed to get all that cleared out, only for a purgation fleet to show up. And as we used inquisitorial warrants to gain control of it, the main ship got hijacked and is now planning to effectively just vaporize the planet. So now I get to go do that and deal with it. Yay! Sketchy Vox transmissions from the Imperial cruiser indicate the assailants are none other than the traitors from the Alpha Legion. If they manage to gain control over the bridge, they can unleash utter devastation on the planet. Our only chance is to sabotage the cogitator network on the ship. I knew it was Alpha Legion.
Intelligence assets report several vulnerable cogitator stations in the area. Exact locations unknown. Tech priests predict moderate hostile presence.
This had Alpha Legion's fingerprints all over it. I do wish that smaller Chaos groups would get more recognition and get kind of brought up, because it kind of sucks when it's like, oh, something, you know, mysterious like this, where it's kind of betrayal is happening. It's gonna be Alpha Legion. Oh, psychic stuff's happening. Well, it's probably gonna be Thousand Suns. Oh, everybody just suddenly wants to kill each other. Well, guess what? That's probably Word or World Eaters. You know, it's pretty straightforward, and it kind of takes away from the fun, I feel, because these guys are, the factions are almost Flanderized. If you don't know what that word means, Flanderized is to take something, like, take a certain trait of a character and blow it out of proportion to the point where that's all they are. But I feel like all the Chaos groups have kind of been Flanderized, and it's a bit disappointing. The only one that hasn't, I would say, is probably Black Legion, and that's just because they're a bit of everything. I mean, that even applies to Space Marines themselves. Look at man, I'm really drawn to like Space Wolves. More and more, they're just kind of, at least the fan perception is drunk Vikings. And it just keeps kind of getting worse and worse over time, and they're kind of becoming Flanderized into just that, while Games Workshop is trying to make them seem more than that. And it's unfortunate because, like, the Space Wolves have cool stuff. Like, they have a, instead of a flamer, they have a cryo beam weapon that is pretty much exclusive to them, and that's something really unique and neat. But it's not really touched on past, you know, hey, it's war gear, moving on. And I feel like you could do something with that. Introduce kind of a unit that exclusively uses them. Almost make it... It's kind of like... I was about to Flanderize the Salamanders by saying, oh, you can make effectively like the cold version of the Salamanders. Essentially just saying all the Salamanders have to them is the fact that they use flame weapons.
From compromised network. Warning.
Like, yeah, it's a big trait of theirs, but it's not them entirely. But in the end, I think part of that ends up falling on Games Workshop needing to expand these characters more and these groups so that they aren't so easily kind of pigeonholed into one thing.
Data transfer complete. Terminating access. We've got a good deal of information, but there's more. Locate other cogitator stations.
I was gonna bring up something else, and I got so caught up in discussing Flanderizing characters that I've just completely drawn a blank. Oh well, must not have been important. I gotta say, these runs have been going really good lately. Haven't really ran much of a risk of dying, even when I am taking increased damage and dealing less. But I think that's also because this is, I want to say, a relic or an Archaeotech rifle. So, you know, like I pointed out with the stats a few episodes ago, that Needle Blast does 500% normal damage over time. So those guys just melt. I'm still surprised that Games Workshop never did Samurai Space Marines. I get it's a bit nail on the head, but I mean, White Scars are effectively the Mongolians. The Thousand Suns are so heavily inspired by Egyptian aesthetics, it's not even funny. Look at the Horus Heresy units. They're even more Egypt influenced than the current Thousand Sun stuff. It's wild. I like all of it. I really wish there had been some like offshoot, that way I could have loyalist Egyptian Space Marines.
Data siphon protocols initiated. Warning, enemy response teams nearby. Prepare for contact. Data transfer complete. Terminating access. We've got a good deal of information, but there's more. Locate other coordinates.
What sucks is I can't use my aim shot on these guys.
In sight.
Oh, I guess I can actually have. I figured it would deal just minimal damage, and I'd just be put on cooldown continually. But I was able to chip through a few of those guys with one shot. Oh yeah, that actually works almost fine every time. Must be getting those 1.5 times damage boosts on some of these hits. Real bummer. Or it might just be that Chaos Beasts have, or Chaos Spawn have just enough health that they can tank a quickly popped off headshot.
Kill the heretic.
Wow. I was just spam firing and I didn't think I would be able to drop everybody. It just kind of sucks because I know this rifle, to a degree, is already starting to fall off. It's just the main perk of it keeping this thing alive. Short of that, this rifle, I want to say, isn't well leveled, at least currently. I'll just check right now. 63, I mean, well, it's only a level behind, at least my player level, but sometimes it feels way worse.
Remarkable. A soul-bound warp creature protects the chest.
Yeah, these
Kind.
relics really need to have been expanded on a bit more. Because it's like the treasure chests in Diablo, except those are way different, you know? Oh, you need to kill this many guys within this time frame, or do this, or do that. Well, these are just smack this one guy quick. You got 30 seconds. Which, unless you're grossly underleveled or you are on a very difficult mission, you should be able to handle that easy.
Point established. Harvesting data from compromised network. Warning. Hostile units inbound. Objectives are met. All
Target
data zones
locked.
are now in Inquisitorial custody. Praise the Omnissiah.
Wow, that actually worked. Oh, there's a guy over here. A couple guys over here to deal with. Alright, that's this mission done. No, wait, I just noticed those guys. Oh well. We have gained control of the flagship in the last minute. The Alpha Legion forces have been purged and the situation has been neutralized. The puzzle is now more or less complete. Heretical elements of the government have created a false report about the number of psychers in the populace in an effort to cause violence. The ultimate goal was no doubt the creation of a major warp breach. It is not yet clear whether the whole thing was conceived by the Alpha Legion or if they simply seized an opportunity that presented itself. Senior agents of the Inquisition are now assigned to the investigation of this aspect, and they are also rooting out the remaining heretics in higher echelons of the planetary government. Yay! That's gonna be a very low glory score. Yeah. 8. That's pretty rough. And even rougher rewards. Ooh. New cosmetic. But, actually, you know, let's check that out before things end. I like my Redeemer helmet more. But that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button, it helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.